Hi, I'm Cheryl Welke, and I'm here to tell you why I should remain the Social Studies Salt.
What are some short-term and long-term goals you envision for your department?
I would like my department to use more digital resources to maybe differentiate more of their instruction, to really work as a collaborative CLT, be leaders within the building about PBAs and PBLs, offer their students more PL opportunities, and reflect and peer review when they do projects or units.
How will you achieve this?
I think we'll do these by having department meetings and just high expectations and really working with the facilitators. Stop.
Okay, what do you think makes a successful SALT? What contributions will you bring to the school leadership team?
Well, I know the content because I've taught 6th, 7th, and 8th grade social studies. I think I'm pretty creative. I work with people outside of our department to try and do cross-curricular stuff whenever possible, and constantly look for resources and best teaching practices, including going to conferences and really trying to network. I'm really trying to raise the rigor of our department and be a good mediator with personal conflicts. I've also been nominated as part of the iCivics network, so I'm all about game-based learning, and I try to be humble. So yes, I like to toot my own horn, but I like to toot my entire department's horn.
How will the SALT work directly with the schools and division's vision on ensuring their department promotes the LCPS building blocks for deep growth learning?
Well, I'm going to make sure I attend all of the county SALT meetings and really be open communication with the people within my department. I also want to take as many trainings available that are offered from the VDOE and from Loudoun County and share things with other SALTs. It's really good to collaborate and see what other schools are doing and just really understanding and communicating my vision with the team.
What are expectations you will set with your entire department and with each CLT in collaboration with the department supervising administrator?
Well, I'd really like to inspire people to work smarter instead of harder, like divide and conquer. Exemplify the strengths of each teammate and what each individual teacher brings to the entire grade level of content. I think it's all about compromise and doing what majority wants to do and trying new things, also asking for help when they need it. And I think one thing, especially because I went to school here, is you should teach the way you would want to be taught. So really empathize with the students and make sure that they're engaged, that they have the why of why they're learning this.
CLT not keeping up with pacing of lessons, units, having trouble agreeing how they should teach, or showing difficulty in relationship building. What do you do?
One thing I've done this year is put the pacing on the agendas so we can monitor it, even if you happen to be missing a meeting, any administrator can see where they should be. Have personal conversations with the CLT or the individual that maybe is struggling, and help that person come up with a plan on how to cut the fat or catch up with their teaching. I'd also like to be able to do informal walkthroughs and give them feedback whenever possible, and request assistance in group members, skill building from our instructional facilitators and other leaders in the building. Now, some of you may be asking yourselves, how would I successfully mediate an individual's thinking to kind of change and make sure they're doing what they're asked to be doing by the school and the entire county? So here you go. I'd have a personal conversation with the individual to try and make sure that person is clear on the vision and expectations, kind of like checking for understanding. Then I'd figure out if this is a result of not feeling confident in certain things and see if they need help with it and make sure they get the support they need. If I can't do it, find someone who can help them. I then address it as a CLT meeting to see if their team can support them, again with the help of the facilitator. And if those steps don't work, I try to pair that individual with a stronger person in the department to maybe see if they can get some feedback there. And if that doesn't work, I try to then go to my department administrator and see what next steps we need to do to kind of help this person get back on track. So you want me to share an experience where I had to deal with a difficult person, and as you know, there's some interesting personalities within the department. So without being too specific, here are some reminders I like to give, is to just keep it professional, to give advice and try to practice empathy, to have them maybe think about how they would want to be taught if they were a student, or how they would feel if an adult or a peer talked to them the way that they did. I try to take it too personally, to try to have patience, which is something I've really worked on this year, and wait time for them to process. And something else I've always learned is to get advice from other people before you go, some stronger leaders within the building, and try not to do any of these really hard conversations by yourself, because you never know when words can get twisted. And I guess the bottom one is just keep it as positive as possible. Keep a smile on your face. So this year I had to share some interesting news with the department because of, things that happened at other schools that had to do with racial issues. And at first at the SALT meeting, it was kind of like what are we gonna do? I processed it, sent an email to the department. That email was then copied by other SALTs and sent to other schools. And also reflected again in an email that Elena sent out to kind of back me up. So I think when you're sharing that is to just kind of be firm, be prepared to answer questions, the same questions that we asked at the SALT meetings, and kind of deal with the fact that there's going to be some pushback and some questions, but also just staying firm and making sure you're getting backed up by your admin. So it says that next year's SALTs may be asked to present or provide PD, and I'd just like to say, no problem. I love doing PDs, whatever you want me to do, whatever you think I'm good at. I have no problem sharing with the staff. I've already done it, and I'm just here to help as many people as I can. If I notice a teacher, new or experienced, needs some help, and this is even in my department or other departments, I feel like I am here to take on the challenge. I love to help people. I love to especially help the students here. So if you can help the teachers, that'll then turn help the students. I'd offer some time. I actually like to work with different departments and different people before school, after school, even during my SALT block. I've worked with different people. I try to answer emails as quickly as possible, even text messages if someone needs help. Be an agent of change, so to really push people to try new things, to get out of their comfort zone. Maybe have them pair up with a different teacher if they don't already, talk to their mentor, and tackle things as positively as possible as a family. The Sterling family here should be what we do, and just really work together. And if we can't help each other at that point, I think we should go to admin. It should be after we've tried to help each other. So you're asking how our school community would benefit with me as a SALT. First of all, I think I bring creativity, humor, and positivity to the team. I try not to get too stressed out. Try to keep it on the positive note, think of the glass half full instead of half empty. To be innovative, to get fresh ideas from people, not only within the county, but within the state, within the country, within the world. You never know what's going on. To have high expectations for the students and the adults in here. To be resourceful. And I think one of the biggest things that I bring is my love and passion for Sterling Park. This is my home. This is where I've grown up. This is where I take a lot of pride in. And I think me being a leader within the school and within our community will hopefully inspire more leadership and more growth of our community.